Hi guys, this is going to be a twin flame reading for, I guess, a collective. It's not just going to be about masculines, but it's also going to be about feminines. This is your song channeling of the week or so. Sorry it's been a long time. It's just, I've been really irritable lately, so obviously when you're feeling that way, it's not too good to dabble in cards or anything because I feel like I can't do it to the best of my ability, and I take it really seriously. Like, if I know I can't do something right, I don't want to do it at all. So here I am. I'm going to be uploading these even more frequently now that I got April readings out of the way. So yeah, let's get started. So your song channeling for this reading is going to be Woke the F Up by John Bellion. I think that's how you say it. John Bellion. I really like his music. I'm actually a huge fan. Anyway, that song, it actually, well, you're gonna see it in the thumbnail. It actually makes me wonder a bit if John's actually a tarot, he knows about tarot, because it's too much of a coincidence to even... Okay, so the album cover looks exactly like the Nine of Swords, right? And some of the lyrics in that song are, "Last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds." The song literally just reminds me of the Nine of Swords, and what's really weird is even before all this quarantine stuff happened, I felt really connected to this. So like, damn, that's definitely a reading for the collective. And then as time went on, it felt like I was being nudged to do it. And now more than ever, I feel like everyone really, not just your masculines, are in this Nine of Swords state. There's no more distractions, nowhere to run. Kind of like my Freedom Writers reading I did a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That was a while, but yeah, that's the energy they are in, but you are too, feminines, in a different way. Several tower moments, several thoughts. Swords are thoughts. It's air. Maybe some of you have air placements, but it doesn't really matter. So, and most importantly, a lot of sleepless nights. I feel like a lot of people are struggling with insomnia. Just in general. I just know a lot of people around me have been having trouble sleeping, so if you're having trouble sleeping, I really hope that works out for you, because sometimes with all this going on, it's hard to stay sane. I feel like it's especially hard to stay sane for your masculines. They have nowhere to hide. They're out in the open. They have to face their reality. They have to face their thoughts. And what did they do to face their thoughts? Well, they didn't. They just submerged themselves in work, other situations, and a lot of those distractions have been taken away. Yeah, this quarantine is just taking away all those distractions. It's time to think, really see. It's a harsh reality for a lot of people, not having anywhere to run. Feel like you're exposed, out in the open. Even for me personally, like, I have a lot of time to think, and I don't know, things are just different around this time. Everything feels so weird, and I know it's not just me. Another lyric in that song is, "We live in an age where everything is staged, where all we do is fake our feelings. I've been scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out. Need to let you know." The way I see that with masculines is a lot of them are scared to lose the feminines. When they always want to express themselves and stop running away. And as we know, I'm not really gonna get into the logistics and specifics, but it's not uncommon for there to be runner and chaser and the twin flame thing. Even though that's all just surface level BS, it's always energy. It's just energy. Labels aren't really even a thing, but I just say that because I guess that's what everyone knows. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The masculines never know why they run. It's a subconscious thing. And I'm really drawn to how everything is staged. Everything is staged, as if everything is fake. kind of like how they put on a brave face for their own situation even though they know it's unfulfilling. That could be holding back an aspect of yourself, which I'm really feeling that's it. Not even just for masculines, but for feminines as well. At one point or another, many of us felt like we needed to be fake, hide ourselves, or conform in order to survive or be liked by society. And in comfort, if you think about it. Some situations are just comfortable. But you know what they say, well, what I say too. Without taking risks, you're just keeping yourself stagnant. I was saying in some of my zodiac readings I did, you'll never know unless you do. People think too much about it instead of taking action. Thoughts. Too many thoughts and we need more action. Well, I'm gonna get into the spread soon. I actually kind of like the spread. I feel like there's a lot of improvement here on both sides, so. But yeah, that's the ego. Running things in your mind instead of saying, okay, either I accept this or I change it. Time to change. And I'm really drawn to those lyrics as if it's coming straight from the masculines themselves. We live in an age where everything is staged, where all we do is fake our feelings. It's like, fake our feelings, there's a mask there. And another lyric in that song is, take these walls and rip them down. As if, I'm sick of this mask, just throw it away. Or maybe that just represents a lot of their masks are slowly coming off. Especially now that they're being forced to face themselves. More importantly, that's the most important part, facing yourselves. Forget about what he's doing. I mean, readings are good, readings are amazing, but really, no matter if you're with them or not, this has to come, they need to face themselves because obviously twins are one soul. The only reason they can't really take it and they feel triggered all the time is because you are them. Right? Duh. And I feel like a lot of masculines feel haunted right now. I think I was saying that for a while. They can't stop thinking of the feminines. Especially if the feminines are actually spending quarantine time. You guys, I feel like a lot of you are actually keeping yourselves busy. I don't think you think of them as much. I think what you guys are thinking of is sort of your own, like, it's okay to think of them sometimes, like, it's not like you don't know them, but a lot of you are thinking of, I feel like your own insecurities, feminines, are coming out more than anything. And if feminines, some of you have some mental health issues, I feel like that's the thing you're mainly struggling with right now, like, the isolation might be getting to you a little bit. Remember I said holding back aspects of yourself to fit in? Feminines, your mask is coming off, but in a different way, and then his, I feel like it's hitting even harder because, remember, I got the Tower reversed and 10 of Wands in my one reading. It's a burden. Avoiding change is a burden, and now it's like you can't avoid it anymore. So a lot of those distractions were taken away. It's like you have nowhere left to run. You're running out of hiding spots, that's what I just got. And also, what I'd like to compare this energy to, I actually saw it, it was really weird. It's like, compare it to being jolted awake by having a horrible nightmare, followed by many tower moments. It's like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Last night I woke the fuck up. That's what, the epitome of Nine of Swords, guys. This is crazy. I just can't. This is, that song is literally Nine of Swords. I wouldn't be surprised, if anyone knows, if you're a John Bellion fan, is he into tarot? Like, I'm not a super fan of John Bellion, but it's too much of a coincidence. I really appreciate him for that song because it reminds me so much of tarot. A lot of his songs remind me of tarot, actually, so that's really cool. It's really funny how I felt increasingly drawn to it as quarantine was more evident. Like, we had that social isolate and we all had time to think, you know? So yeah, compare the Nine of Swords to being, it's like being jolted awake by having horrible nightmare. This can also be nightmares, night sweats, insomnia. It's like, last night I woke the fuck up. I realize I need you here, as desperate as that sounds. They miss you. Your masculines miss you. They miss your presence. So it's kind of back and forth, really. Like, they try to avoid it. They feel haunted by it. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I just got something around sleeping alone. Tired of sleeping alone. It's like they wake up and they're like, still thinking about you. In the morning, still thinking about you. Woke the fuck up. It's like coming to several realizations, several tower moments, because they have to sit at home and think. And I think this is really good. Like, no, not the pandemic is not good, but this is a good time. I said this weeks ago. This is a good time for a lot of self-reflection. Not just for your masculines. Feminines still need work too. Even though you guys are farther along, in my opinion. But I think it has more to do with your insecurities. Your own mask is coming off. It's like, what are you doing just to conform? Anything you're doing just to fit in? I think it's time to maybe put a pause on that. Anything you don't want to do, don't fucking do it. If you lose friends, so be it. If your coworkers don't like you, so be it. Family doesn't like you, bye. Okay, I think we're gonna move on to the reading now. I think I've covered everything. How long are we? It's 11 minutes, not so bad. Okay. And also, feminines, I just want to make one thing clear. You are what's missing in his life. He realizes he needs you here, because especially when there's no more distractions, nothing to fill his schedule. It's like, who would he really want to be with in times like these? Exactly. It's like, I woke the fuck up, like, it's like jolting awake from a nightmare. Who would he want to be with when the world is falling apart, really? So, okay, I'm not gonna put the camera directly on the cards because I like having it farther out. Sometimes it's just annoying. So, first row here, this is gonna be the masculine headspace / feelings. Second row is gonna be feminine headspace feelings. And then the third row is just sort of my little thing here. It's gonna be advice for both people, well, mostly feminines. Like what you should do moving forward, you know? Okay, let's get started. Okay. First thing we have out, masculine feelings and headspace. It's like moving past something. I was getting a big, like when I was meditating on it, a big travel vibe. Like movement. Sorry guys, I got cut off there. Anyway, what I was saying is, I was getting lots of movement here. I'm getting mostly it's travel. I got this in my head. It was like my way energy. Like, I want things my way. This is Queen of Wands is very independent. Lots of energy too, like, oh, what's the word? Perking up the courage to do something or move forward. Wanting to change, Remember, last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as it sounds. Maybe they're moving towards you, feminine. Or you'll notice that maybe they're trying to, especially if you're in contact with them, like, talking to you, reaching out, trying to get in your bubble a little bit. Wanting to do things more their own way, whether that's with you, wanting to do the right thing, essentially. I always say the Six of Swords to me is always like, well, 6 is like restored harmony after the 5s. 5s are usually conflict or destruction. It's like moving past something, getting out of it. This is the first step in change. It's always the hardest. Just gotta keep going. It's like the sun after the storm, really. Wanting to do things your own way. Very independent here. I really like this, actually. Remember that one quote in the song? We live in an age where everything is staged, where all we do is fake our feelings. I've been scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out. I see the Queen of Wands is very confident, very independent, fiery. I'm scared to put myself so out there, but I think they're trying to. Whether that be they're making moves in their own lives, which is most important, Even if you're not with them for the time being or ever, wouldn't it be nice? Well, it's really not any of your business when they grow or not, but wouldn't you want that? To find peace within themselves, start making changes, of moving in the right direction. And then with feminines in their headspace we have, which kind of made me laugh, especially when this was right next to this, and this is your headspace. Caution. Being careful. I feel like this is how a lot of feminines feel. Especially when they're so used to their masculines either running away, coming in again, or they'd rather just... I feel like a lot of you actually would rather be on your own right now. You don't really want to... I feel like as time goes on, you don't even really... You kind of... Maybe you see your masculines as kind of an obstacle. You guys are two different, I guess, vibrations. It's really funny. Like, I see this as him coming towards you, trying to come forward with something, and then this is you. It's like, oh, that better not be him. Well, I think it is. And of course, it's just all energy, so this could be same sex, 2 guys, 2 girls. Don't worry about it. And then below that we have the star. Star is usually a card of hope, renewal of hope. I also see it as like my trust in the divine, trust in the universe card. You feel connected to the universe, feminines. Very connected to it. It's like you don't want anyone to come and disturb your peace or something. That's what I'm getting off of this a lot. You're very guarded towards people. You're very kind of selective with who you let into your space because your peace, your spirituality is what I just got, is very important to you at this time. Like see, didn't I say that that's your priority right now? Your mental health, your own mask is coming off. Finding out who you are. Look, she's naked there. See that as being vulnerable, not only with other people, but with yourself. I feel like a lot of you are, remember I said insecurities? Struggling with a lot of body insecurities as well. I feel like that's what's kind of your 9 of Swords. I'm really struggling with that. And I feel like even the twin flame journey, for feminine specifically, I feel like a lot of your insecurities, they trigger you, you trigger them. That's what I'm getting. I feel very naked right now. This is who I am. The mask is coming off for you too, but in a different way. And you don't really want anyone to disturb your peace, you know? Sorry, I got caught off again. So, well, also what I was getting with this is a lot of feminines know they're usually very more open and understanding. They don't really hide everything. And that makes you feel cautious because you're always up front with or in the past you were, and now you're sort of like, oh, I don't want them to, it's like, take it all off and be vulnerable only to have them go, bye. Like I said, like a lot of you just don't want to be disturbed. You're very in tune with the universe. You're also very, very naked and exposed, but in your own way, because you're facing insecurities. I feel like a lot of it is actually bodily insecurities. It's also a renewal of hope here. Like, this is like that feeling scared, many obstacles in the way. And then this is, it's like balance restored. Look, she has one leg in the water and one on firm ground. Also be the balance between, what's the word? Fantasy and reality. A lot of feminines their energy is balanced. So that's amazing. I feel like this was you in the past, scared to do things, scared to branch out, and then this is you now. Feeling very connected to the universe. It's like your own skin has come off. It's really weird. Wow, feminines, I'm really liking this energy for both sides, really. And I'm really drawn to this too, as if they're trying to talk to you and you're like, huh? You're very cautious because you know how it usually ends up, right? Someone getting triggered, someone running away, just something, and you're like, don't want my peace disturbed, which is fair enough. I don't even see you doing stuff to accommodate the situation either. You take yourself very seriously. Like, my peace matters. And then here, for the advice portion, for both sides, well, mostly the feminine, we have Two of Pentacles, which I see is mostly for the masculines right now, if you ask me. And then here, I feel like this is the feminines. King of Wands is kind of a player, if I'm being honest. One in reverse, an extreme player, but I think this is the feminines not feeling guilty to enter new territory or take on other options, like meet new people. Just playing your field a bit, which is amazing, actually. Feeling very optimistic, like wanting to very passionate about many things, actually. Even yourself, you're finding passion within yourself. It's like a lot of this is actually about your body, you're loving yourself. Got femininity too. You're really embracing your femininity and you're like, damn. Once you step into that power, it's like, I really can have anyone I want. They're not really my only option. King of Wands has many options, really. So I feel like this isn't just towards people. This is about creative endeavors as well. You're just feeling very, very energized, like you're masculine, but in a different way. It's like your masculine is taking on more of it's like you're switching sides. They're taking on more of like an independent approach, realizing they need to change, move forward for themselves. My way or the highway kind of energy. That's what I've been getting. Maybe that could even be leaving their situation or realizing it's unfulfilling if they don't change. Realizing that a lot now because we have a lot of time to think. Nine of Swords energy. But then for the feminines, it's like that, but in an extroverted way. You used to shut yourself off. You used to be scared of everything. And now, it's like you're naked. You're doing things you never really thought you would. Isn't that crazy? That was weird. The power just went out and then went back on, so excuse that. That was really creepy. So yeah, definitely switching sides. I just got that with that. This could also be your masculine battling with themselves. It's like what's comfortable and what's for their highest good, and I think they're working on it. They're also trying to be more comfortable with being alone, because a lot of them really can't if you think about it. Always having to distract themselves with something, someone, anything, and now they can't. I think a lot of them actually struggle with being alone or being independent. And guess what? More than likely, they're alone right now. Last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as it sounds. Who do they really want to be with when they're alone? Who would they really want to be quarantined with in a crisis like this? You, obviously. It's like, yeah, there's definitely an internal conflict here. They contradict themselves a lot. They go up and down with things a lot. And then here's the feminines. I feel like feminines are actually trying to balance the energy, trying to keep themselves grounded, which is fair enough. So you're also finding other options. I think you actually have your eye on someone else. Another soulmate. It's like, don't feel bad about it. Just live your life as you usually would. If a good opportunity comes along, someone wants to get to know you, do it. It's like you guys are switching sides. The same but in a different way. That's so funny. Like, you're becoming more extroverted, full of energy, but it's like you're you're naked this time. You're more in tune with the universe, more in tune with yourself. And once you're more in tune with yourself, it reflects. You also could becoming very attractive to other suitors, because you know what they say, when you feel good within, there's hope for that kind of stuff moving forward. Oh, word. I got this in another reading before. Seven of Pentacles, I see this as sort of thoughts and things we distract ourselves with. There's time to reflect. Seven of Pentacles is for the Eight of Pentacles, and what do we say that? Eight of Pentacles is creative projects, putting in the work. I always see this as the initial stage, like manifesting before you can actually. It's like the beginning stages, if you ask me. Observing what you got, thinking about it, thinking about what needs to be done. Really, a lot of self-reflection on both sides, if you ask me. Especially for him. It's like, I need to change. I need to start moving. It's like, yes, you do, sir. Or female, doesn't matter. Realizing also that I am not happy here. Look at him. Look at that face of disappointment. That's just, whenever I look at this card, I see it as that. He's looking at all of his distractions, all of his options, whatever he has right now, and it's like, and look at that one pentacle. That one pentacle is you, feminines. It's what he's not even looking at it. He's trying to avoid it, but look at him. Look, he doesn't look too happy looking at all this. He doesn't. And then right before Seven of Pentacles, or right after Seven of Pentacles, we have Eight of Pentacles, which is obviously putting in the work. I see that as like putting in the work to change. I realize I need you here, as desperate as that sounds. I also see this too as everything we're comfortable with. Look at him. He doesn't really like it. He's not really all there, but it's what he knows. It's what he's comfortable with. And then this is a pentacle that could change his life, but he's not looking at it. Think of it like that. But for both sides in different ways. Dang. I was not expecting to get all this out of this reading, but whew. Yeah, I'm really drawn to that quote again. We live in an age where everything is staged, where all we do is fake our feelings. I've been scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out. Need to let you know. A lot of them seriously feel that time is running out. It's not funny anymore. It's like they've been stagnant. I feel like a lot of them are coming to the realization that they're their own worst enemy. It's true. It comes from within. I know for me personally, I'm not really going to get into my own situation, but it's not even about being with your twin. Like, regardless, like, you can love people and not be with them. It's like, as long as, that's how I knew I felt at peace with everything. It's like, even if we're not together, even if I'm not with them, I just want them to do what's right for themselves. So I want them to be okay. So, like, and you can only do so much, guys. They're taken care of. There's God. They have people there for them. So don't worry. Like, I feel like that's, a lot of feminines are actually a bit worried. A lot of people are worried about their loved ones if you think about it. And I think he's actually worried about you, he or she. Because remember I got that Nine of Swords? I compared it with jolting awake from a bad dream. You could actually be in their dreams, or they're having these weird scenarios in their head. Like, they're so worried about you too. They really are. I feel like being away from you doesn't feel that good either. It's like this Queen of Wands energy, wanting to just do things their way, wanting to get out of their situation. I think they're trying to. Like, this is a really good sign. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, remember my You Are the Sun, You Are the Rain video? If you haven't watched that, please do. It's catching up again, and it really makes sense, especially now. Just a really good video, so go watch it if you want to. Hee. But I kept getting these weird synchronicities, like 555, 666, and 555 is major changes. Oh, right? 666 is like after 5. It's like the harmony restored. You want to know what I got the other day that really freaked me out? I was in my Spotify, and you know the daily mixes? These are 2 songs I've never listened to in my life. Tame Impala. Do you know that song by Tame Impala called Yes, I've Changed? That was right there. And then below it, it was this song by Jimmy Eat World, I think, called 555. Right above it was Yes, I've Changed, and then below it, it was 555. That was really weird. When I saw that, I was like, holy, I wasn't even looking for anything, and I barely even look at my daily mix, too. Isn't that funny? It's like, yes, I've changed. Yes, I've changed. Like, I feel like there's a lot of sarcasm in that. Like, yes, I've changed, duh. Oh, both of you are changing. But 555 is so evident. If you guys have been seeing that, all the more confirmation, because that means you're changing, like major change is at play. And then remember I got 666? It's not anything dark. It usually just means it's like lots of harmony restored. It's like with change comes the good stuff, you know? Kind of like that quote again. We live in an age where everything is staged, where we're too scared we're too comfortable in our situations, and then we never grow. Seven of Pentacles has the potential to grow, but we're not. So you get what I'm saying here? What time are we at? I've been babbling a lot. I hope it's not too long when I put it together. But anyway, I just thought that was all interesting. Like, a lot of you are still in the midst of changing, especially this quarantine time. I mean, this epidemic sucks, but when it comes to having to face things, I feel like that's really good. A lot of feminines are feeling naked out in the open. It's like you're also really in touch with your femininity. You're feeling really good, very grounded, balanced. It's like you have one foot on ground, one foot in the water. It's like maybe you daydream, maybe you do think of your masculine sometimes, but you also know how to keep yourselves grounded. And you also know how to have fun. A lot of you are turning into extroverts and what do they call those? What's a female player? You're turning into the King of Wands. And then Mr. Masculine over here, the one who's probably in a karmic situation or with a person, he's trying to, it's like my way or the highway type energy here, and I kind of like it. It's like, damn, this is amazing. Like, I'm clap on the hands for all of you that are realizing you need change in your life, realizing that not taking risks doesn't get you anywhere. And take it from me, like what's really weird is as soon as this stuff happened, I started improving my life and making major changes. I don't know if you guys didn't know this already, but I don't have my license. I was scared to drive in the past. I've been pushing that on the back burner for way too long. And guess who drove on the road for the first time like 4 days ago? Me. I couldn't believe it. I had no anxiety. I had no worries. It was like I was out in the open. I'm doing things that I've been scared to do. I'm doing things that I've been scared to do. It's wild. It truly is. What else was that for me? Oh, starting this channel was scared for me to do. I always thought about it, like my ego. I was like, wouldn't it be nice if I started a channel? But I don't think I'm good enough for that. Don't listen to that. Just do it. And I'm so glad I finally made the decision to do it, because I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't do it. Hello? I feel like that's actually for a lot of feminines right now. You're realizing that you can do whatever you put your mind to. You're so connected with the universe. You trust the universe. You know that putting yourself in uncomfortable situations is what you need to grow. Because a lot of you, there's always room for change. We're always growing, we're always evolving. There really is no path to healing. It's sort of like a shift, really. It's like once you realize all the conditioning, all those lies we've been told, it's like live your life for you and no one else. That's all that matters. Even for them. Even if you're not a part of their mission, at least you can say you've triggered one another and you've taught each other things. It's like, I'm still glad I met you, right? Nothing is for no reason. Universe never makes mistakes. People are put in your life for a reason. It's like last night I woke the fuck up. I realized they need you here, as desperate as that sounds. They miss you, feminines, really. Realizing they need you here. It's like they're sick of sleeping alone. They're sick of they know they need to change. They know they need to learn to be by themselves. I feel like you're sort of branching out. You want to be put out there more. You want to put yourselves out there. You want to meet new people because you know your life doesn't stop for anybody. Good jobs, feminines. Like, I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm really sorry. It's been a while since I've did one of these. It's just, I wanted to do it when I could actually do it to the best of my ability. And I'm really glad I got all this out because I was actually worried about this because it's been a while. But you guys are growing before my own eyes. I love the collective right now. Clap on the hands. Keeping yourselves busy. Self-awareness. I just got self-awareness in my head. Dang. Look, speaking of that. Come on. High Priestess. Right, this is like my feminine card, along with this. You have an inner knowing. You know what needs to be done, feminines. And you're doing it. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it resonated, and I don't know if I want to do any oracles. I think that's enough because I think this video is going to be really long and I don't want it to be too long. So yeah, take care of yourselves guys. Please like, subscribe, support the channel. It really means the world to me. I'm going to keep doing these. I'm going to keep doing them. And if you're seeing 555 or any of those major synchronicities, all the more confirmation. Big changes are on the way. For feminines, I think it's more of realizing that you are union. You are at peace with yourself. And that's all that matters really for both parties. So yeah, take care of yourself guys. See you next time. And I'll always be posting videos. So love you. Love all my subscribers too. Thank you for sticking around.